Indigenous art has been a powerful medium for activism and expression for centuries. Used by indigenous peoples around the world to tell their stories, express their beliefs, and push for change. Indigenous art is a representation of the worldview and values of the indigenous peoples who create it, and is often imbued with a spiritual significance that cannot be found in other forms of art. Indigenous art is deeply rooted in tradition, often incorporating symbolism and motifs that have been passed down through generations. It is a unique form of expression that celebrates and honors the contributions of indigenous peoples to their culture and society. Indigenous art has been used to protest issues such as land rights, discrimination, and cultural appropriation, and to promote awareness of indigenous cultures and peoples. The use of indigenous art as an act of protest and expression has been documented throughout history. In Australia, the Aboriginal rights movement of the 1970s saw a surge in the production of Aboriginal art as a form of protest in the United States. The American Indian movement of the 1960s and 1970s saw indigenous artists creating works that focused on indigenous identity, sovereignty, and the struggle for social justice. In South Africa, during the apartheid era, many indigenous artists created works to protest the oppressive system of racial segregation. Indigenous art is a powerful way to bring awareness to issues that are often overlooked or ignored by the mainstream media. It can be used to challenge stereotypes and create a platform for indigenous voices to be heard. Indigenous art can also be used to raise funds for grassroots organizations that are working to protect indigenous rights and empower indigenous communities. Indigenous art has also been used to promote healing and reconciliation. Many indigenous artists have created works that celebrate indigenous cultures and foster understanding between indigenous and non-indigenous peoples. These works can help bridge the gap between people and cultures and create a space for dialogue and understanding. Indigenous art is a unique form of expression that celebrates the traditions and values of indigenous cultures. It is a powerful tool for activism and expression, and has been used to promote awareness, challenge stereotypes, and bring about change. Through their art, indigenous peoples are able to tell their stories, express their beliefs, and push for social justice.